We're back.
Another Wednesday. Another new
Wednesday.
number 15.
Number 15, my favorite number.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to be here because, another week, more VHS, more music, more rewind.
More rewind, more learning.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
education. There's
Yeah.
gonna be we have 2 weeks worth of content for one show, so
Yeah.
you better stay seated for about 3 hours. We're gonna go on a
Yeah.
marathon.
Buckle up.
Buckle the F up.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like the display. We changed it up a little bit. We try to spice it up once in a while. Hope you guys like the albums, the CDs and cassettes that are sitting here. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, same. It felt, last week it was right for us not to
Oh
be
yeah.
live.
Mikey, a very big enthusiast of VHS, passed away, as many know, and Mikey was a great guy, great friend to many, and he'll be missed. So we felt it would be best. We found out that day and made the quick decision, like, hey, it's just not right to talk about VHS that day, because to many, Mikey was VHS. A lot of people came into the hobby. Mikey was a very big part of that. So
Yeah.
condolences to him and his family. That's just
Yeah.
so
The worst he is.
I don't want to talk too much on
Yeah.
it, just because it's like, I don't want to make the content about him, but like, he is missed, and heart goes out to all his close friends. I know a lot of you are very close friends to his, and he meant a lot to a lot of you. So again, we spent the last week, I hope again, condolences to his family.
Yeah.
But
So on with the rest of our,
we
our
gotta
Wednesday.
go,
Yeah.
we'll push forward, and
Yeah.
this week we did a lot in the office, and today's National Music Day.
Oh,
Yeah, National Music Day.
happy National Music Day
Congratulations to y'all for Happy Music Day.
for having music.
Having
Good
music
job.
in your life, it's
Yeah,
a good thing. So we also, beyond that, we could talk about our new pricing.
I think so. We released that Monday
Yeah.
this week.
Whoops.
Just
Whoops.
slipped out.
Yeah, slipped out.
I
That was
don't
meant
think
for
anyone
that was
noticed.
that was meant for last Wednesday, and that's where we literally had a full thing planned, a script and everything
Yeah.
of what we want to talk about. We thought it'd be best to wait, but our pricing now is we still have the $35
Mm-hmm.
for 30 days.
Yep.
35 for 30, still happening,
Yep.
and still will be continuing to happen for a long time to come.
Yeah.
55 is the section.
55.
15 days.
Yeah.
I mean, 15 days. That's quick,
3 weeks.
Yeah. Now, I think we're the first service under $100 to do a 5-day turnaround, and
think so.
not just VHS. I just maybe some of them do a walkthrough, but $95 is still way cheaper than anybody's close to. So we hope some of you try that out if you need something to get out there for auction or something, or just truly impatient.
I mean, I
we
feel
get
that. You could maybe you purchase something on eBay and you get it and you're like, I just need this.
Well, it's
encapsulate.
important that, sometimes you purchase something, you want to know it's authentic, and you have to return it before 30 days or whatever.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No, I've been there where I've been past that time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us have. So, a lot of things, if there's any question marks of authenticity, we do highly suggest sending it in. And we do write sometimes reports for people about the authenticity. We haven't really publicly talked about that because it's a gray area.
It's kind of a new thing that we've done. And, it's...
There's fakes out there, and we want to make sure that we can, if you need a letter kind of to the PayPal and those to kind of give the reasoning, we will do that. It depends on time. We try to do it just at cost. It's one of those things. It's, if you have a question that you want to talk to us about that, hit us up outside, and we're happy to try to help.
Yeah, wherever we can. It's important.
So today at Rewind, we'll jump over. We did a field trip, and we won't go too far into that, but
No, it was great.
it was great.
Oh
We
my
went
God.
to a plant to see how vinyls were created.
Yeah.
Literally from the last 50 years, how they were putting together the glue, and all that. So
Yeah.
that's an extra type of research we do to make sure that, we can do everything physically possible to know every piece of the media that we're
Yeah. Any little bit of the puzzle, we want to work it out. And
we spent like 3 hours down there.
Yeah.
We drove an hour and then
Yeah,
we won't
yeah.
can't say where we went, but
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun to like go out there and learn a bit more about the process and what type of machines are used and all that, because some companies will just look at it and be like, we think it's real. Like, you
Yeah.
know, like, oh, you know, but it's really important to us that we get it right.
As you say, it's about finding the absolutes.
Yeah.
And that this trip is going to be worth so much in finding those absolutes.
Yeah, it's an investment um into the hobby, you know, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that's good about with what we do and others like us is, you know, we're investing to do this right
Yeah.
and investing to make sure that people, when they do invest into collectibles, that you know, there's something they can actually hang their hat on.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it was a fun trip, and yeah, we're gonna do it every day now.
Yeah.
We won't. We don't ever work again.
Yeah.
So
But I guess a segue. People do that kind of drive every day.
Yeah.
Crazy. I
Yeah.
can do it.
my wife used to. It was like
Oh.
an hour and a half each way.
Oh, God.
I told her that's no way to live a life because she's an architect.
Oh, yeah.
She had to drive out to the major city, and
Yeah.
that was, and like that's true work, you know. And
It is. It
yeah,
is.
now she watches all our kids, and that's like three.
That's
jobs.
probably
That's way harder than
hard,
whatever
yeah.
I've done in my life. No question there.
So somebody just asked a question. Two-tone tape sets getting close to grades.
Godfather 3, yeah. We get samples in soon. The
Yeah.
mold is done. The samples are on its way. I think we missed that package over the weekend. It's coming back.
Oh,
If you ship something over the weekend, it gets redelivered.
Yeah.
But hopefully there's a possibility within 8 to 12 weeks. But
Yeah.
it's loose.
yeah.
We try to keep that loose.
Yeah, we don't want to put any firm dates in that, but I think 8 to 12 weeks, that's reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it's at. We have the encapsulation done, which is the big part.
Yeah.
We make that big steel mold out of injection molding, and that part's done. And it actually has been done for a while, longer story, but we're getting the samples, and we did put in the order for it. So, and we have some cool ways. It's going to look really cool because we're talking about the two,
Double wide, like
yeah, double wide,
yeah.
two set, you know, the set of VHS. And
Yeah.
when we have a special encapsulation, it's, you know, a big let's take a cylinder,
yeah,
and we're going to be doing a few special pieces to it to make it jazz it up a bit.
yeah. Yeah. I don't want to say any more. Don't want to say
Gotta
more
wait
about
and
that. Yeah, you gotta keep being on here and follow social media, sign up to our newsletter, and we're gonna have updates about not only the box sets and
There's so much happening.
oversized and other things going on.
Yeah, oh, we could talk about oversized because
Yeah.
we talk about it often. We're so close to being able to release the oversized, and that goes to every other size besides slipcase pretty much. So clamshells, the MGM, the the
Disney
UA.
beta ones,
all of them.
like yeah,
We should have something in the next week. You think?
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
should have some kind of announcement there.
yeah,
We have a lot of announcements almost every week coming, and it's not because we're just doing. It's everything just kind of mushed together at the how timing works.
yeah. It's all just kind of happening at once.
Yeah, and it's exciting though.
Keeps us busy.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah,
So let's go on to showing off some cool stuff that we got in
Yeah.
this week, and I brought some of the stuff that's mine here of the CDs and cassettes because we're not open yet for that, but want to show you some cool stuff for some cool title strips for CDs and just some cool cassettes of Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg or
they look
Beastie
great.
Boys.
Yeah, I
Um,
like the single.
yeah, this is a single, and
Show the people at home. Oh,
a lot of people really like this one because it's very similar to the album's cover of The Chronic.
right.
It's nothing but a G thing.
Yeah.
And great single. They've gotten a lot of love recently. So
Yeah,
and then you see some of the other cassettes up front. There's a Beastie Boys License to Ill down here. Dogfather. What else we got here? The Smiths. So CDs, I want to show off a little bit more of CDs because we haven't really focused on that a
Yeah.
whole lot.
yeah,
Like for me, like Sublime Self-Titled actually means a lot to me because I remember specifically where I was when I listened to this for the first time, and I was about 12, 13 years old. So on vacation. Who doesn't remember Hybrid Theory?
Yeah.
I mean,
classic.
Cal-
Absolutely love Linkin Park.
Californication.
Ooh,
Nice little hype sticker right
nice,
there.
Nice.
We got Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Who doesn't like some Slim Shady Eminem?
It's a good little list you got there.
Yeah.
Good little stack of tapes. Not tapes, CDs.
Britney Spears. I know you guys would love this.
Queen.
Wait, what?
Queen bee.
Oh, not Beyonce.
She's a queen.
Here's Nirvana Unplugged. The Eminem Show.
Nice.
Rancid, Out Come the Wolves. Absolutely love this album. Has the best cover art.
Mm.
This one's actually just one I picked up. It's Radiohead OK Computer. This one actually is not one of on my top list, but
Oh.
yeah. And then 40 Ounces to Freedom, Sublime. I love Sublime, so he passed away too early. Brad, was it Nolly, I believe, or Knowles? I don't want to. I think of Beyonce Knowles now, but yeah, I know. So
Not
yeah.
Beyonce.
Did you have some VHS? So we could take a
Yeah,
peek at?
they're right here conveniently. I just want to highlight some a nice open copy of Alien. if
I
can get it.
love that they still have the plastic on it.
Yeah. So the big thing with this is that it's the plastic. It's the watermarks on the back. There's just something about those MCA watermarks. Not MCA.
I was gonna say, I was like, magnetic.
Yeah, magnetic. It's MVC, Magnetic Video Company. So you can kind of rotate it this way. Yeah. So they designed it so that it's an M and a C, but then in the middle you can kind of see the V that's there, and it's just a nice looking watermark. And this is an example of someone who has sent in a tape that is open box, but still has the plastic on it.
I love how show the side where it says open box. I love how we put open box on the side. So when you see the title up here, it says the grade on the white. It says open box where the seal grid used to go. So it's kind of cool that when you have your library, when you have them sideways, you know the things about space. You know we know the shelf is cluttered, and we want to make sure that you can enjoy all these tapes in a row.
Yeah, there's no question what type of tape this is.
Yeah, it's just good. You know, as a collector, you know you want to be able to enjoy as many of your tapes as possible at one time. So
Yeah.
having them churned and being able to see them at I call it library view
Yeah.
is good because there's only so many you could have facing forward. So
Yeah. I've also got one more tape. Tracy, could you pass me that Friday the 13th?
ooh,
Thank you very much.
now I can ask what tape is it?
What is it? Who knows? So this one is a Friday the 13th. Surprise, surprise. And if you can see, I don't know if it's too obvious in the camera there. This is a later print. This is 1994, but it's still beautiful. Like it's the same front cover as the OG, or yeah, and it's just a beautiful copy. Yeah, it's later, but
looks
you know
nice.
you can still get this into your collection of classic horror movies without having to get the first print, with it still looking brilliant and still looking great. And that's kind of what I like about this one.
Also, with that one, you could show the security bar on the back. We do not like to remove these because we do grade them still with on it. And the thing is, because those are tricky and they can damage the plastic just as likely as not damage them while taking it off.
Yeah, they're risky to take off, and you know we don't want to cause any damage to a tape. Like so that type of sticker, a foil sticker.
Yeah,
They're gonna remain.
it's better to play it safe.
Yeah.
But for fun, so tomorrow is the 21st anniversary of Fast and Furious.
It is.
It is. We had other stuff planned, but we decided to do something. Callum has no clue about this, but we're going to do trivia facts, and you're going to have to try to do true or false.
A little true or false segment.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you guys answer quick enough in the chat,
Yeah.
you guys can go, but no spoiling it for Callum.
Yeah.
So, number one.
Okay. Yeah.
Several of the castmates in Dominic Toretto's crew did not have their driver's license or even learner's permit despite being legal of age.
Wow.
True or false?
I'm gonna go true.
Characters or actors?
Actors.
True.
True. That is true. Michelle Rodriguez and Jordana Brewster did not have either despite being of age.
Wow.
In fact, they were both shot in numerous racing scenes, and Maya and famously drove Brian Paul Walker around on their first date. So,
Wow. It's so crazy how you get into that if you've never driven. But you're like, I'm gonna be in a car movie.
I'm going to be in the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
So let's go with number 2.
Yeah.
The original title of the movie was Racer X. True or false?
Ooh, Fast and Furious Racer X.
The original name
was Racer X. True.
false.
Oh.
The original title was Redline.
The
The inspiration for the film was born out of an article about the LA street racing scene called Racer X.
Oh, okay.
So it was close.
That's, partly right.
Yeah. Also, side. This is actually a thing. Separately is not funny, but Paul Walker died about 1,000 feet from our office.
Yeah.
He died out here in Santa Clarita. So
Super close.
we were talking about that, and but inspired true and false here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
number 3. While Paul Walker might not have been the first choice of Brian O'Connor,
Mm.
and then we have Eminem, Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale were on the short list.
Mm-hmm.
Vin Diesel was the director's first choice for Dominic Toretto. True or false? So
True.
first, well, okay, say true, but I also want to say the short list was Eminem, Mark Wahlberg, and Christian Bale. Talk about different movies there.
Right.
I mean, Christian Bale would be kind of nuts. I think it'd be kind of cool to see him in that role because he's a great actor. But
Eminem and Mark Wahlberg.
there's another. I know it's sideways, but we'll go to the question because we have people answering out there. The answer, if he was Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, the answer is false.
Oh.
Timothy Olyphant, he was the guy from I believe it's Justified.
Right.
If you watch that show, right?
Okay.
That's the guy, right?
I
get him and the other guy confused. There's 2 guys again. It's that actor.
Wow.
He was their first choice, but being that he was just in Gone in 60 Seconds,
he
didn't want to be typecast.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because he has that role as the assistant detective.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, even it's such a small role too.
But hey.
But yeah.
Don't wanna be
So
a
Vin
detective
Diesel was
forever.
not first print. He was
First
he was first print.
Yeah. And now it's still in print.
Yeah, he's still in print, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Talking about being typecast.
Yeah. Number 4. At the party in the first movie, Vin Diesel offers Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor, a drink with this line: "You can have any beer you want as long as it's a Corona." Since then, Corona has been a staple in the series. For this, Corona paid a hefty financial sum of over $500K for product placement in the first following movies. True or false?
True.
False.
What?
Corona never paid a dime.
Wow.
Despite the beer being in the films, they likely benefited from this free advertising.
Wow. Who knew movie? They wouldn't do that now, would they? Just give it away for just advertising space.
I think they'd probably approach them at least. You'd think they'd be leaving money on the table.
There's on advertising. I don't know if it's true or if it's just theory that if a character has an iPhone, then they can't be the bad person.
Oh,
It's never like Apple apparently don't let evil characters have iPhones
that makes
or
sense.
have Apple products. So, fun fact: if you ever watch a movie and they have an iPhone, they're probably not going to be the villain. Spoiler alert.
Black Panther did make fun of Apple phones though in their new movie, which I thought was
As
funny.
they should.
Yeah.
Number 5, the last one.
Okay.
The director and film crew had the houses in the neighborhood scenes repainted dull, muted colors so the cars' bright colors would pop more on screen.
False.
True.
Oh my god.
Yeah, then the houses were repainted, especially Dominic's house in the movie to show off the cars better. And that house actually still exists. It's a few blocks from Dodger Stadium. So if you want, follow us right now. We're going to take a field trip to Dodger Stadium.
One field trip done, another one go.
Yeah, so no, I thought it'd be fun for a little segment of True and False and let
Mhm.
people have some good trivia
Yeah.
to take back to,
To everyone.
to all their friends and
To
family.
everyone who I love trivia.
Yeah.
It's funny, often in the office we'll talk about fun facts, and a lot of the fun facts that I enjoy, no one else does.
That's why we don't do them.
That's why that segment is gone.
That's why we brought back trivia. So,
Yeah.
I think you got 2 out of the 5.
I think so.
So you
Yeah.
lost for this week.
Yeah. Oh.
We should do some kind of bet.
Oh,
on
okay,
this.
yeah,
And next
yeah.
week you get to pick out the trivia,
Yeah.
and it could be music or movies, and
Yeah.
then we'll battle back and forth.
Yeah. I like
Loser,
that. Loser stays in.
we'll let you guys decide
Oh god.
what
Oh no.
what the loser has to do.
A punishment.
Um,
It's kind of like with Vlog Brothers. If they do a video over 4 minutes, 4 minutes, the community gets to decide the punishment.
that would be horrible.
Yeah, it usually is. It's usually something they truly hate.
Yeah.
And they do it live. They usually do it at VidCon.
Mm.
VidCon was created by the Vlog brothers, the Green Brothers. Anyway.
Well, a
Segue.
few other things. We know summer's coming. We have a lot of really exciting stuff coming up this summer. So stay tuned. We definitely have some announcements coming soon with VHS. So
I got one more thing for VHS.
oh, okay. I like VHS.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's cool. Yeah, why not? Keep an eye out for people trying to sell things that aren't genuine. It's not only on the rise with
People sell stuff that's not real.
yeah, people are selling stuff that's real. Yeah, and the important thing to do is if you're on Mercari or eBay, for instance, and somebody's selling something and they say, "Oh, this recently sold for 15 grand somewhere," and they're selling it for
Oh, you're talking about the
100.
Macari stuff.
Yeah, the Mercari.
Oh,
eBay.
I always think about the eBay stuff where I see people sell like crazy stuff every week that's sealed, and it's like, how is this even possible?
Yeah.
And then they say they inherited it.
Mm.
That's a weird thing to be like. I magically have 17 copies of the Beatles' Abbey Road that I inherited from my grandpa, who was the smartest man ever.
Yeah.
Um,
To never open Abbey Road. Yeah.
Well, because we see a lot of that. VHS, I know we have some stuff on Macquarie we've been seeing a little bit more of. Another thing is, this is going to get me in trouble, but that's okay, is there's grading companies that there's stuff in their cases that it's harder to tell if it's authentic, and you just might take for granted because it's in a plastics thing that very much so we don't think it's authentic. And it's not to talk negatively, it's just something that you got to be careful with these new hobbies popping up that, hey, that you're buying something that, when you're spending good money, that it's 100% authentic. Because
Cross-reference what you're seeing. If something is a Star Wars drawer box seal, but the watermarks are on the front, question it. Like, things aren't. If you see something that looks too good to be true, sometimes it might be, and it's good to find other sources of information than just what's on Macari or what's on eBay.
Yeah, no, it's important to kind of don't get too ahead of yourself. There's a lot of great stuff out there, but you got to be careful, and that's I hate saying that because it sounds like a scare tactic to get submissions or something, but that's not the case. It's something we don't want to talk about, but it's important because we've had to tell people who send in stuff like, hey, this isn't authentic, even though they had it authenticated by another company, and sometimes for tens of thousands of dollars. So it's important that there's companies that I think do a great job. VHS, I think Beckett does a great job. I'm sure CGC probably does a good job. But there's also other companies that we've seen some stuff that we're surprised by that should have been caught, and we asked the question, how was it not caught? So, be careful. We want to be, respectful for the other companies, but we also, when you see it repeatedly, you
gotta call it what it is.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, we're here long term with you. So like, if we don't say something, then we feel like we're not doing right by you. So, where the hell did you get that water? I'm just kidding.
I got it out of the fridge.
Damn it. I forgot we had a fridge here. But no,
it's a long drive.
I guess we're supposed to show Wu-Tang Clan's 36 Chambers, and I don't have that here.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. Never mind that.
No. Sorry,
but yeah, I think that was all the.
No, we're gonna talk about how much I disappoint Munchnik every day. I'm gonna sit here.
Do we have enough time?
No, the list goes on and on. So sorry, and I'm sorry to Graded VHS to not being more supportive. I'm sorry to Jackson for not liking Godfather 3 more.
Yeah.
Even though Andy Garcia is the greatest actor of all our time.
Yeah.
Not
I
really.
did read the GF3 on our chat on screen, and I was like, Grand Theft Auto, we don't do video games.
Godfather 3. Yeah, I want to see if anyone has it. I want to try to find the authentic Frosted Tips from Michael Corleone from Godfather 3. Authenticated. I will pay an ungodly amount of money for it. That's the one part of that movie I just cannot stand, is that he has like frosted tips. He's supposed to be the Godfather. Yeah. I get it's the 90s, but I mean, Vanilla Ice is not around yet, so
yeah. But he was the trendsetter. Godfather 3, trend setting.
I
Frosted
hate you
Tips.
so much more.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next week we're coming in with frosted tips.
No. Blue hair. I'll go back to blue hair. I've been considering it. I used to have blue hair. In fact.
Much they called out what we all had at lunch here.
We did. We just had Jersey, or we inhaled a Jersey Mike's.
Yeah, we had like 20 minutes till
Yeah.
things started with Jersey Mike's, and want to make sure we're fed before we went live because
Don't want to pass out.
you don't like when I'm angry or hungry.
Movie reference.
Yeah, that's I think of the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, like,
you guys like movies and stuff. One of that's still considered one of the original Godfathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just
Each to their own.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh well, quick question: Godfather 1 or 2 for you? Which one's better? Ooh, that'd be fun. I have 3 of them in a row to go.
I like Godfather 1.
Okay.
OG.
Terminator 1 or 2?
2.
Empire Strikes Back or
Ooh.
the first one? I can't think of it. Don't yell at me.
Can I pick the Solo movie?
What?
The new one? The new
You put that above the rest of them?
Have you seen
Get
it?
the fuck out!
Have you seen it? The Han Solo movie?
I've seen it.
Solo?
I can't take the Queen of Dragons serious in that movie. I'm sorry. I just
It's a great movie though. Great
better
action
than
movie.
the original
No,
Star Wars.
it's like there's something. There's a feeling with those ones.
I know Lando was a fucking traitor, but sorry for my language. New Hope, sorry. Thank you. New Hope,
my
yeah.
God.
So
Are we even collectors?
Yeah.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Godfather 1 was so good, but Godfather 2.
Mm.
Yeah, I had Brando. It's the Brando De Niro fight. So
Yeah,
Terminator 2, yeah. That's
obviously. Has
Yeah.
to be.
New Hope, definitely.
The first one.
Definitely New Hope. It's just
Unmastered or not remastered.
oh,
Original.
please no.
Yeah.
When you see those 90s VHS with the the animation and
Oh god, and they added so much in to the point, and then the Blu-ray. I think
It was
even
so
worse.
bad.
Oh, nobody wanted it.
please don't
Nobody
send
asked
us
for
your
it.
Just kidding.
We have had 90s.
Yeah.
Star Wars,
We had someone that thought that was
Oh,
I felt bad. They thought that was like they hit a gold mine by having it. Like they made like $100,000, but it was a 90s Star Wars, and we had to break their heart.
beautiful copy though. I think we got 9.96.
Don't justify
5 or something.
it. We don't do 9.5s.
It was. No, no, 96 5-star.
Yeah. He got an 9.5. I'm like, which grading company grading for?
9.5 6 stars.
Callan works for the other companies on the weekends.
Yeah,
so
just double dipping and grading.
Yeah, we
just that into it.
it's what we got to do. So, but yeah, no, please stay tuned. We will have some great stuff in the upcoming days.
Yes.
We appreciate everyone for tuning in. Anything else? I know sometimes I split off a little bit quick, but any last questions?
I do like this request here.
Someone said, "Is this podcast
Yeah.
called Two Beards and a Movie?"
I like that.
I mean, it can be now. Then better than My Father the Hero. Yeah. Justin, my nostalgic. I missed that comment, Fez. Or Fens. Not Fez. That's their hat. Does anyone have any questions? I realize
they just want to rag on our beards. That's, if you have any opinions about our beards, get it out now. Feel free to comment about whose beard is better.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, true or false?
People-
True or false? Do I color my beard?
I'm fighting over Terminator 1 and 2 right now.
True or false?
False. I mean, it's genuine.
It's genuine. This is
Genuine.
authentic. This
Yeah.
is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. So,
Yeah. Well, you can't get a 10 then, not 5 stars, no 10.
oh yeah, we do not give 10s to 4.5 stars. You have to get 5 out of 5 to get a 10. So 9.8.
Yep, no 8.
I think, you know what, next week maybe we'll go over some of the absolute ceilings for when we grade. I think that might be fun.
good.
That's something that is important when we've talked about it a little bit before, is it's always important to know, hey, if you have a drill hole, what's the ceiling?
Yeah.
And that is an 8.5.
Yeah.
It's funny because we just went over the standards again. We have we write this stuff out so we make sure we're consistent.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another fun one, but like if there's a tear, what's the max? Or fading is a really important one. If it's faded on one side, if it's the sides or the front and back, the sides of it. Cracks. Oh, true or false?
Oh.
If you have a crack, can you get a 9.2?
I thought there was a joke coming.
No.
Depends on the type of crack.
Nope, false. You can't 9.0, and
Oh.
that has to be micro.
Arden.
That has to be like a spider crack kind of hidden.
Mm,
So usually 8.5 ceiling, but
Mm-hmm.
we were going over these terms, and we go through it and kind of, yeah. So we write it. We write everything out to make sure that like it's consistent. So, you know, the big thing is if you're buying something down the road, you know what you're buying. You know, if you get a 9.6 and there's like an inch crack, you know that's not cool. Like,
It's
and
not
then
cool,
another,
bro.
what's up? Not cool, bro.
Mm.
Yeah. So you guys kind of have an understanding when you're buying something. You use our scale in your head.
Yeah.
You know, it's always important to kind of have a somewhat familiar idea of what it's going to get. And if not, you're probably missing something. And that's the thing we even do with grading is like, we have multiple people grade. It's 2 to 3 people. And it's always, there has to be consistency. And if it always should be within 0.2 and we have a range and we talk it over. So,
Yeah. And I guess not surprising, we're always usually pretty close.
yes.
Or I would say at
I'd
least
say
90% of the time.
It's exact same.
Yeah.
So then we'll talk over. Maybe one of us missed something on the
yeah.
corner. Then I go. Usually, if it's something like that, I go, "What did I miss?" And I'll point it out, and or vice versa.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that I think concludes our
Wednesday rewinds.
weekly. Yeah.
Oh, this is just something fun that happened before we came on live.
Danny ate a whole sandwich.
Ate a whole sandwich.
Boom.
I ate 3/4 of mine. It was super exciting. Y'all should have been there. It was a mess.
Sun chips.
Sun chips. Love sun chips.
Wonderful.
Absolute. But the chili ones. Oh yeah.
I've never had those.
No. Maybe they don't exist here. Y'all are missing out. Y'all are missing out. But anyway, somebody asked if we wanted to go on location somewhere and film on Rewind Wednesday. So who knows?
Yeah, I just heard that like literally right before that. Some kind of bar.
A brewery down in Van Nuys. So
Can we Uber it?
oh,
I might do this if we could drink and get drunker during the thing.
yeah.
And we let so much more slip. Like this is actually colored.
Yeah.
No, it's joking.
Well, that's why if we do it, we should do it in like 2 or 3 weeks when
Why?
we've announced everything. When we've done a
Oh,
lot
okay,
of
gotcha.
announcements. And
Yeah.
then we don't need to worry about trying to keep secrets.
Then he'll be making stuff up.
Yeah, we could start making things up.
No one gives a shit anyway. They're all just, hanging out. But no, it's important that people get to hopefully we get to do some fun stuff. There's a lot of great people in the community, and thanks everyone for reaching out. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Invites like that is great, and we're gonna try to make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also a Scottish theme bar. So,
I don't even know if I'm invited in.
We might just have to. No choice. I might just go there myself.
So.
I'll do a rewind Friday.
Rewind happy hour.
Yeah.
It's Fridays 4 to 5 p.m. And,
Yeah.
Rewind's not responsible for people getting home.
No.
So, no, it'd be kind of cool to do that. I think maybe we'd switch the time a little bit. 'Cause
Probably. Yeah.
We're definitely not going to be productive after that time period.
No
like,
chance.
like
No.
if we have like 3 or 4 beers, there's no way we're going. If we come back here, it's going to play Mario Kart or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no tapes will be graded that day, and we'll be pulling a double shift the next day.
Yeah.
Just to get through.
we'll have to work
everything.
on Saturday to catch up.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, no.
But stuff like that, love it. Reach out to us. If you have any topics that you want us to cover, if you have any, like if something comes to your mind, you're like, oh, this is a really interesting thing that I want to know more about. We can talk about it.
One more thing, if you guys think of any great ways for us to do crazy things with our encapsulations, we're looking for good ideas.
Yeah.
So, some of you saw we ran over encapsulation with Callum's truck.
Yep.
We also ran over Tracy.
Almost. Legit
almost.
though,
I
there were
rode
some
like a
points.
phoenix.
Tracy was putting the tape down in front of the truck and disappears. Disappears behind the front of the truck. And then my phone's sitting there and I'm like, oh god, this could all go pear-shaped.
Yeah,
We could lose my phone, we could lose Tracy.
we
encapsulation's
want you guys involved, and we want to get your great ideas of what we can do. We have other ideas. Throwing off a rooftop. Gonna happen.
We're gonna
Gonna
do
happen.
the cat test.
Cat test.
Cat test.
We're not drowning cats in our channel.
Cat test. Put it on a shelf and you knock it off like a cat.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have the Yoda thing.
Yeah, Yoda's gonna.
Oh,
do it.
and we're gonna put
We
it in
don't
a
wanna give
box.
too much away.
No, it's okay because we probably won't do all of them. Maybe we will.
This
But
will be one.
I like you had this idea of putting some stuff in a box, some encapsulations,
Yeah.
and then hitting it like we feel like the post office or one of the mailing service would. I think with a baseball bat.
Baseball bat, kicking it, throwing it.
A good friend of mine said
Sitting on
maybe Lucy
Mhm.
versus the encapsulation. Do you understand that reference? Walking Dead.
Walking Dead. No,
The baseball bat with the barbed wire.
Oh, yes. I know that. Yeah.
Pop culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so if you think of some cool ideas, feel free to write them below. We're always listening. Feel free to reach out, and don't forget to get your hair tips frosted.
And that's it. All done.
That's all we got.
Yeah.
So no, have a great week ahead. I hope everyone's having a good day, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Stay safe out there.
Dun, dun.
Goodbye.
Bye.